I'm just plain Bill, and this is Thoughts While Thinking. And these opinions are mine. And President Biden promised us a food shortage here a while back, and we need to take a look at some of the history of the wheat production, because that's what he said the shortage was going to be about, was a war between Russia and Ukraine. Well, since 1961 through 1981, we led the whole world in wheat production. And then it started declining, and it's declined ever since. And part of it is the genetic complexity and the complex of genetic engineering that showed a pace of improvements in paired of crops. Well, we got to question a little bit about that, because there's lots of legislation going on in there. And then there's legislation changes where the government paid the farmers not to plant wheat. So let's take a further look into what is happening to the wheat prices.
Mr. Speaker, President Biden recently promised us food shortage in the United States. This is a country that leads the world in production. Well, that's one heck of a campaign promise being kept. Food shortages, along with energy skyrocketing. What a reset. Indeed, my home state of California, which produces so much of what America relies on, due to federal and state policies, the water's been taken away. Up the Klamath Basin, zero water allocation. I just drove around part of my west side of the district the other day, and there's miles and miles of open land that is not growing rice, that they're trying to put all that water towards trying to keep orchards alive. The waterfowl are not coming in, the jobs are not happening, all because of a backwards campaign promise, evidently, to put food shortages out there for people. Empty shelves in the supermarket. It's unbelievable that this is what this administration, and what are they doing? What are they doing? We're not getting more water built. We're not getting more storage made. No, we're just continuing down the same path to try and save fish that don't exist in the Delta, or that are being marketed by people catching them up on the rivers and out in the ocean. I guess that's why everybody is leading the charge these days in cheering for Let's Go Brandon. I yield back.
GM stands for genetically modified, so GM crops are plants grown for food whose genes have been altered using genetic engineering. In some cases, the genes of other organisms have been inserted into the genome of the crop plant to improve it in some way.
Now the question is, what do you think? Well, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you subscribing. And it's adios amigos.